I'll be ready.
When the band was making it in London, I lost my first name. I became Bon Scott's brother. Everyone knew me as Bon's brother for about 30 years. I mean, it's nice, everyone's interested, and I reckon that's fantastic. But leave me out of it. People would ask me, oh yeah, you're Bon's brother, and they start asking me questions. That's his life, that's not my life. Even at the cemetery, if people seen me at the cemetery, I'd say, no, I'm an uncle or something like that. A lot of the stories that have been written in the books are bullshit. A lot of what was written early upset my mother greatly. This is the first interview I've ever done, and it will be the last one I ever do. And I'm only doing it because I'm the last person standing. The Scott family had a bakery in Kirriemuir in Scotland. My father wanted a new start and settled in Fremantle. Ron was about 5. My mother used to call him Ronnie, so it was Ronnie Scott from Bonnie, Scotland. It wasn't until he started in the band that they broke it down to Bon. But in the family, we always called him Ron. It was a musical family. The father was always in the pipe bands. Ron got involved. He played the drums, he loved the drums.
He was very quiet.
I put it down to his size. Because he was only 5 foot tall at the time, you could not dare Ron to do anything because he would do it. He would take the challenge up. And I think that was because he was trying to prove himself, yeah. When Ron was 16, he got mixed up with the law. He did 12 months in the Riverbank Institution. I don't know what went down, and my parents never talked about that. He knew he let his parents down, but Ron's time in there, the 12 months, is probably the best 12 months he's ever spent. It not only taught him a little bit of responsibility and everything else and settled him down, but while he was in there, the other people in there were playing guitars, so they formed a band. And when he came out, he had a direction.
Whenever I feel blue, yeah.
London was a disaster, I think, for the band. They found it very hard to get work.
We went to England and we got a house, like 20 people in one house, a 3-bedroom house, and we played gigs that cost us twice as much money to play as it did to get paid for them, you know. It wasn't a waste of time because I learned so much there, you know, but it was a, you know, bashing your head against a brick wall type thing.
Bon, he never worried about tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. My mother always told him off, you're drinking so much. And that was from 16, 17. But you could say it once, maybe twice. After that, he argued. My mother, she flew straight over because they were told he might not make it. So it was pretty serious. His problem was he was 27. He knew most people were finished by the time they were 28, 30. I think he thought his time was coming to an end. He had to do it quick and he had nowhere to go at that time.
I was really shitting myself. You know. Here's me, a man of 27 years old, you know. There was him about 18 at the time, you know, 16 or whatever he was, you know. And I thought, can I keep up with this guy? You know, my God, you know, he's going to kill me.
I think he was lonely. A lot of the guys in ACDC, most of them were married then, and he wasn't. I think he was starting to feel it at the end. I think, yes.
We work, the more we tour, we're getting more ideas and we're getting more, you know. Just as It's going to get better and better. I can't see an end to it, you know. It's like infinity rock and roll.
I think Bruce pretty well got it right. I really do. Because boredom was a big thing. That was his biggest problem. I think when he got bored, he drank. The stories have grown, haven't they? 42 years later, people want to know more about him than ever. And it's hard to believe. It really is hard to believe. You know, I wish he was here to know that he'd made it. He really did make it. Ron would have been 75. If Ron could see what was happening in the world today over himself, I think he'd have a good laugh. He really would. He'd be surprised, but he'd have a good laugh and a drink.